Hi everyone, this is Paul Robertson, and today I'm coming to you to talk about overcoming adversity. Have you ever had an issue in life, a problem that just stopped you in your tracks, made you have to reset or look and evaluate yourself because it made you question everything that you've known about yourself, known about your skills, known about what you could accomplish? Well, today I'm going to talk about something that happened to me. In 2012, I was fortunate enough to make it into Michigan State University, where I ended up getting my JD. And it was great, a great experience. I met a lot of amazing people, and I learned a lot from the people who were there. But one thing that happened to me is I ran into a lot of obstacles. So the reason I'm actually talking about this today is because someone reached out to me and asked me how I was able to overcome some of the things that I faced in my career. And their perception was it seemed like I never ran into problems. Obviously, our Facebooks and our Instagram, they give you highlights of your life. In my very first semester at Michigan State, I ran into an obstacle where basically I was struggling with reading comprehension. I took some exams and I learned at that time I was actually reading at about an 8th grade level. Damn! So I had gone through high school, college, taken my LSATs, my SATs, and somehow made it through all that, but I was struggling with reading comprehension. So I was taking exams and failing them because I couldn't comprehend what was on the paper. And I had to have a real talk with myself about whether or not I was going to be able to make it as an attorney in America, or whether or not I'd even be able to make it through my first year of law school. So I was embarrassed at the time because I had moved my girlfriend from Florida to Michigan, and I was gonna have to go home and tell her, hey, look, I might flunk out of school. Call my parents who were supporting me and say, hey, I'm struggling in school. I don't have what it takes to compete here against everyone else. Go to my friends who are at law school with me and tell them, look, I'm struggling through my first semester. Guys, I don't know if I have the grades to keep my scholarship. I may have to go home because I can't afford to stay here, but I also can't compete with other people here. So that was a test for me. That was really something that I believe was God sent, because what it did was it woke me up. It made me look myself in the mirror and say, either you're gonna get up, do what it takes to make it to that next level, stay here, compete, and finish what you started, or you can give up, go home, and all the people who have supported you these years, all the people who are rooting for you, you have to look them in the face and let them know they chose the wrong guy. So what I'm going to talk to you guys about today is there's 5 things that you can do to overcome adversity, and these 5 things will help you out. Number 1, you got to benchmark what you are doing. You cannot improve effectively if you don't know what your starting point is. So what you have to do is take an inventory of your skills and where you are in life on whatever you're trying to improve from and benchmark it. For me, what I did was I figured out I was reading at an 8th grade level. So in order for me to improve from where I was, I had to first establish my baseline. Okay, you're in law school, you're reading at a middle school level, it's time to do something about that. Number 2, the second thing you have to do is, now that you know what your benchmark is, it is time to create a plan of action. You need to set a goal and create a plan of action in order to get you where you need to go. Now first, you want to set a very good goal. Your goal needs to be specific. It needs to be measurable. It needs to be attainable. It needs to be relevant to what you're doing, and it needs to be time-bound. Next, you need to set a plan of action to do that. Work from your goal at the end and work backwards. Using that will help you create a roadmap to get to where you're trying to go. My action plan was remedial English classes, as well as taking advantage of a service they had at Michigan State, which taught me grammar. Those 2 things helped me out a lot because I was able to get the help that I needed at the smaller level, as well as have an end goal with benchmark testing along the way to know whether or not I was improving. The next thing you need to do is take action. Far too often, we have great plans, but the problem is we lack the execution to follow those plans through. No great plan works if you don't work with it. Now, what I ended up doing was I needed to find a great way to execute. So I scheduled blocks of time to make sure I was reading and writing briefs about what I was reading. Doing that helped me get to where I needed to go, but it also gave me scheduled blocks of times that ensured that I went and took the time I needed to execute my plan. Fourth thing you need to do is keep your goal in front of you. You have to have that goal in a place where you can see it so you don't lose track of what you're trying to accomplish. Having a laser-like focus, looking at your goals twice daily, helps you stay on track, it helps you stay motivated, and it helps you look back at where you were and improve. So what you want to do is take that goal, keep it in front of you, journal about that goal, do things that keep that thing that you're trying to obtain in a place where you're looking to get. Number 5, the last thing you need to do is surround yourself with like-minded people. People who have obtained the things you're trying to obtain, or who can give you motivation and keep you focused as well. The thing about accomplishing any goals, a lot of times you're going to be on your own in accomplishing that goal, but having a good support system makes it that much easier. So for me, I was able to take advantage of resources we had around us. Goldie Pritchard, who was amazing at Michigan State. If you're watching this or you see this, you're amazing. I love you a lot. But having good people around you who are able to help you succeed is very important to making sure you achieve the goal you want. So having those 5 things that you need to do to overcome your adversity is very important. Those are the steps that I took to overcome my struggles and get to the place where I am in life. And these are steps that you can easily implement yourself and utilize them to accomplish your goals. If you like what you saw here today, make sure you check me out on Instagram as well, and like and share this video. Let's spread the message. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Paul Robertson. I'm signing out.